can you please look up this site?
See if we can figure out something.
You're right, Vicky. I'm so sorry. South Africa is in the house.
Gerald Jones, just appointed today.
Jones?
Yes, Judge.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Jones, he's a veteran judge. He's actually, I've actually shown the prosecutor some of, he's been actually in a treatment center, getting some treatment. And he's coming all the way down from.
Has he been in a treatment center for 5 years?
No, Judge, I apparently had a previous attorney. I haven't access to the case yet, so I don't know all the background information, but I'll get with that attorney, find out what information they have. Apparently it's a non-alcohol DWI case.
Come up, Mr. Jones.
That's correct.
It's a weed DWI?
And PCP, Your Honor.
And PC.
Presence of it or actual amount, you know? Was it-
I have numbers, but the numbers don't mean anything to me.
I drug test you now. What's going to show up, Mr. Jones?
Marijuana.
What else? I'm going to know more. I'm sending you for a drug test now. I want to know what is in your system, especially if it's PCP. If it is, we're going to have issues. I'm telling you that now. Your case is 1,533 days old, and we decide now what happens. Do you have a Texas driver license?
Yes, sir.
Can you run his license, please?
Sure.
And you drive.
And then, Pavel, any prior DWIs?
Oh, I have to run it through the system.
Just because you have a physical copy doesn't mean anything.
Here, can I see the physical copy? The thing.
But again, you should take your bus down, or you take the bus down. Yes.
Oh.
That she actually works with the VA, for the VA through the work therapy program, and gets services through the VA, Judge.
We have an issue. Where is it?
Pending images.
Can you print it out, please, so we can give it to them?
This is DWI code.
His license is eligible, Your Honor.
This is his only DWI. He has a record, but this is for DWI.
Mm-hmm.
No, I can't read it.
Oh, you can't read.
I just did.
It's an app. It's a surrender. Your bonding company has filed an affidavit to surrender your bond. They don't want to stand your bond anymore. And if I grant that, you go into custody.
Judge, if you could maybe reset this for a week, and he does have to come back down to, I know, but if I could just, maybe he needs to just contact them. Again, it just seems like an address matching issue. Now, again, so before you grant this, Judge, if you can at least have a chance for him to keep in contact with them and see if it's just a paperwork filling out issue that needs to be addressed. Because we believe the defendant's.
What's the bonding company? Who is it?
He's not fled the jurisdiction, Judge. He's right here.
It's in Montgomery County.
What reason does it state there?
The address that is provided the residence does not match the location. And he said he verbally will not be attending court, which obviously is not true, Judge. He's come down for court right now. So I don't know why. Again, he might just have to talk to them.
Yeah, because I check in with them every Thursday.
I think they might have, for example, he told me, Judge.
Mr. Jones, they don't file that unless they're unhappy with you. They are unhappy with you. I am unhappy with you, and I'm going to put an ankle monitor on you now so I know where you are at all times. I'm not going to rule on that now because I'm not going to be obtuse and just put you into custody, but I'm going to tell you now, if you ever so much as walk wrong or fail to show up, I'm going to make your bond so high, you're going to turn white. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And Judge, would you waive fees? I have put a point on that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Judge, for doing that. And Judge, he does live in Fayetteville, so I can be
No,
Bust down.
no, I mean, when he goes, he doesn't come back. I don't know what to tell you, but the case is 5 years old.
Yes, Judge, I just, he doesn't, do you have any sort of, do you have any place to live here even? I mean,
I have my parents, but
we're just keeping them here. He just took a bus down from Fayetteville, Arkansas to be here.
Is
So-
Discovery in.
Everything except the videos, Your Honor. I'm not sure if there were body cams in 2020, but we requested them. Everything else is in Your Honor.
Did you make a copy? You know, well, you don't know, right? Maybe they had a physical copy. And they
Right, it might be on the VHS.
Okay, that's true. Yeah. Judge, could we also put a motion for a VHS recorder?
I'm sending you now for a drug test.
Yes, Judge.
I want you to go take a drug test. I want to know everything that's in your system, and we need to address this. So I need you to come back. I know that you live in. Let me ask you this: are you working?
yes, sir. I work for the VA hospital in Fayetteville.
Okay. Pick a day next week that you want to come back, but I need you to come back so we can talk about the conditions that we're going to do. I am going to put an ankle monitor. I'm not going to restrict your travel to Alabama. You can go back. I'm going to tell you now, there's absolutely, or Arkansas, wherever it is. I don't care what your excuse is. If you ever fail to appear again, I'm going to triple or quadruple your felony bond, and you will stay into custody. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. If I find that you're consuming anything, because I'm now also going to put a scram on your ankle so I know that you're not consuming, I will pay for everything for you so that there's no excuse. But if you so much as do anything, take anything that you're not supposed to, it's all over. And I'm going to tell you now, if you test positive for something more, then I'm going to keep you more with me. If you're testing positive for hardcore dope,
Yes, sir.
you understand?
Yes, sir.
With mental illness, when you take something like PCP, it completely throws your brain into a haywire. And I've seen what people do on PCP, and it's absolutely nuts.
That's why I went to
And
rehab.
Judge, that's why we have a letter for, we actually did inpatient residential treatment judges this year. And so, may I approach ours?
When is that from?
Yes, sir. He was in Desert Storm, Judge, apparently, obviously in combat Marines, Judge, so I think he's been struggling. And so we're gonna talk to his caretakers up there, Judge, and see. I'll get some of that information. I've shown that already to the prosecutor, but we'll get some more information.
Why? Do you have an open case in another jurisdiction that ordered you to do this?
No, sir. I was suicidal. I had issues. I suffer with PTSD, and I want to help.
It's okay.
Mr. Jones, there are certain ways to, when we all have down days, right? But there's certain ways that you have to handle this, and using dope is really just going to make it so much more worse. You know, why not find a creative outlet like exercising? You know?
I was at a loss, sir. I didn't want to live. And I reached out to them and they sent me up there. I mean, it's not an excuse. That was just me. I couldn't take it, and they helped me.
Let me ask you this. What's so bad? What happened that was so bad that would cause you?
Everybody was using me. The parents gave up on me.
You said your parents gave up on you?
Yes, sir.
And are you talking about all the criminal cases that you had? Or is it, as when you say as far as everybody accusing
I've
you?
been taking care of my daughter for 7 years, and I found out she wasn't mine. 2 DNAs, and that's when I got hooked
But
on
that
it.
doesn't mean that she's still not yours. You know?
My mom don't want to have me nothing to do with her. Like I said, I'm not making excuses, sir. I'm trying to get past all of that. That's why I admitted myself to rehab. I went to one in San Antonio, and I got kicked out of sober living because of my anger management.
You got in a fight or what?
No, sir, someone stole something from me, and I got upset and threatened to slap the person that stole it because they wouldn't find them, and part of being in that sober living program, the stealth is one thing that gets you kicked out. But they didn't want to look for him. They just wanted to get me out of there for my anger issues. That's when they sent me to Fayetteville, which is a PTSD program for veterans. And that's how I ended up there. They offered me everything. I'm taking anger management classes. I'm seeing my psychiatrist. I got support groups.
That's great.
And you're actually working with them, right? I mean,
I'm
you're
working
working at the VA and getting paid.
I'm doing everything to the system to help me because.
So it seems to me that things are going well now, right?
Sure, and that's why I mean, and that's why I was saying when last week they gave me 3 days. Every day, when I got arrested in July, and the 4th of July, I was coming home for our family reunion, and I got pulled over. I didn't even know I had the real warrant because the lawyer that I had, she was trying to tell me to go to Veterans Court because they told me there was no alcohol in my system. And for some reason, she dropped my case. I thought because she was showing up for me, I didn't hear from her. So that's why I didn't. Never
You
knew.
can't. When you're charged with a criminal case, you can't out of mind, out of sight, or out of sight, out of mind. It doesn't work like that. You have to know.
Yes, sir. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know she dropped my case until I got arrested.
I don't let people withdraw. I don't let people withdraw unless, typically what we do is we have people come in and they have to ask me to withdraw, but I always require the defendant to be here because I know that I've been in that very situation where I've signed a withdrawal and then the defendant comes back and goes, "What are you talking about? I paid this lawyer. I don't know why I withdrew." So because of that, I require people to be here regardless. I will give you whatever you need to help you out, but you have to show up. You can't take off on us again.
And that's what I'm saying, sir. I didn't take off last week. I didn't show up because, like I said, since I got arrested, I check in every Thursday, and I ask them when is my court date because I'm down there and I need time to plan for this trip because the buses leave at 2:00 in the morning and they get you here at 5 p.m. So I wouldn't have been able to make it to court. I had to leave a day early, 2 days early, just to get up here.
Work with you.
Sir?
I will work with you to make it as easy as possible.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's probably why they was trying to turn me down at the other place because.
No, the only other advice I'm going to give you, Mr. Jones, is your record sucks. If you get pulled over and you're in a car with what kind of prior criminal history you have, what do you think an officer's going to do?
That's what they
Every single time.
I had an aggravated assault, deadly weapon, nobody harmed. I was as close as
But what I'm trying to tell you,
yes, sir, I understand.
no matter what the facts don't matter.
Yes,
Perception is reality. They're going to see all these priors. They're going to see the DWI, ag assault, evading arrest, PCS, POM, PCS, evading. They're going to see this and they're going to give you a hard time every single time. And if you have anything in your possession when you get pulled over, you're just going to go to jail every single time because you will get searched every single time.
that's how they did me but I didn't have anything when I got arrested for the 4th.
What I'm trying to tell you is be smarter than that.
Yes, sir.
Don't have the smell of weed in your car. Don't have anything.
Judge, I meant to approach because procedurally you're correct. You denied the motion to withdraw, so I'm not sure. It was denied, and then they refiled it a week later, October 20th, 2021, and it wasn't spoken for. So I'm not sure if we can assign.
I denied their motion to withdraw.
I'm not sure procedurally if we can assign anybody since they're already.
We can. In the interest of justice, I can do it.
And I'm the attorney of the day, or
Yeah.
sorry, one of the attorneys of the day, so I can
Who was
at
the
least
lawyer?
be standing in.
Attached when I made the assignment.
Yeah, I mean, in the interest of justice, you can do that, Judge. I'm just saying procedurally, we never,
Who was initially appointed? Did you see?
I haven't
it
seen
wasn't
it.
appointed, it was hired.
Was it hired?
Stephanie Alfonso, Your Honor.
Alfonso.
Yeah, and they filed their motion twice. Once was denied, and then later.
I don't, unless
signed.
I know that a defendant is here and willfully refuses to come, I don't grant motions to withdraw. I don't, because I need to know that you know that you or any other defendant, I need to know that you know that the lawyer wants to get off. So that's why I denied it. Regardless, that's neither here nor there. We need to move forward. So where do we go from here?
Judge, I'm
Mr. Stryker.
gonna get the evidence in the case. I think we're gonna double check to see if Stephanie has the videos, or if it just needs to get another copy, or if we're just still
Let's
getting
do
them in.
this. Let's do this.
So,
I want to make sure that you're not using. So I will send you for a drug test now. I will also order you to have a scram on one ankle so that you're not consuming alcohol. Okay. I'll forego the GPS monitor. Okay. Just my only concern is that you're not using. Okay. Now that I've had a in-depth conversation with you, I will trust you to come back. Okay. I don't think I've ever done this on a case that's 1,500 days old where I haven't put a GPS monitor. So please,
Thank you, sir. Thanks.
if you come back, good things will happen. Okay.
Uh,
And perhaps Mr. Stryker can get you into a veterans court, because if you can get into a veterans court, good things will happen for you.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Sir, thank you, sir.
thank you.
Let's send you for a drug test. I want to get the scram on. I'll set you off for 30 days. Okay. I want to see the results. If the results come back and they're not good, we're going to have another conversation, but we'll make arrangements for that. Okay. Can we get the scram on today? I'll get it on today so that you can leave today and go back home.
Yes, sir.
Just one day at a time. That's all it takes, right? You put your leg on, you put your pants on one leg at a time, and you just take it one day at a time. You know,
Sir.
things will get better.
Sir, I did.
If you're honest with yourself,
No, he just wants to get a baseline of what's in their system, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
This
yeah.
one. Yes, sir.
are you smoking weed now?
No, sir. That was yesterday after work.
Are you taking any kind of psychotropic medication?
Yes, sir. I don't know the name. It's slip blue pill, mood stabilizer.
If you're taking that and you're using anything else like weed, PCP, or any other kind of dope, it's going to throw you for haywire. It may not happen today, it may not happen tomorrow, but it will at some point. If you're taking medication for mental medication, don't use, because it will counteract what the medication is trying to do. No meat, no more weed. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
No alcohol.
And no alcohol. Okay. All right.
Judge, appreciate that.
All right.
You wanna roll it to next week?
No. I'm just gonna. We'll just do 30 days.
Judge, I don't interrupt. We could go to next week. I can show up if he's excused from appearing and
That's a
just
good
get an update on the evidence, if that's what you're.
No update on the results.
Well, I want to know what the results are. I want to make sure that he's not using PCP. That's it, or cocaine.
And Judge, just procedurally, I would ask either one of the resolutions, either you approve the motion to withdraw or bring the defense up, because there's two attorneys of record now. She was removed, but like on deeds, the withdrawal was never signed, so it's just floating.
There's one sign, but I can, what do you wanna do? You want me to
I
put the
don't
other one?
I don't.
You wanna go ahead and grab
Yeah. That way, I mean, it's really fulfilling. So that's, I'm trying to make sure you get.
Pravella, I agree with you. Other, you know.
Yeah, I mean, whatever works. I know procedurally, like, I don't want that to be an issue. But
Pardo, you're next. Don't go far.
Touch base with them, okay? I
Okay.
can keep checking with them, make sure whatever paperwork they have is correct.
Okay.
So if they need the correct address, whatever, make sure you do it, okay?
I know.
Have a seat real quick.
We're going. It's only 12:30. What are you talking? Not 3:30. Yeah. So a lot of people are concerned about the last one. The VA, we have programs here that'll help VAs out, so he won't be left out in the dark, and we're going to do everything to help him out.
Rainy days skies don't seem so wet. Stormy nights don't stay.